ahead and chug it, Julia.
No.
Just chug it.
Alright.
No, don't.
You said it.
Yeah.
Hey, look, my audio's tiny as usual.
Wow. I mean, what?
But Simon's is always like,
Yeah.
yeah, see?
Wait.
They're the same size. What the hell are y'all talking
Yeah.
about?
No, what? Mine's a...
Whatever.
Mine's smaller.
Hi, and welcome to the Tea Time Podcast, a podcast with you. You fucking dick. You are an asshole. I'm joined with Zach. Hi, Zach. How are you
Wait,
doing?
I finally have context, because Zach will do that, and I'm like, what is he doing? I'm so mad.
No, see? That's Simon's laugh. Here's mine. Ha 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 ha.
Well, there's no obvious difference there.
It's fine. I'll fix it in post. Anyways,
You don't have
we
to.
have a
That's our shtick.
we have a
You're
special.
just a fucking loud.
It's literally one button that I press, or two.
To laugh?
No, to fix the audio. Anyways, hi, welcome our very special
We
guest.
have a third person today. The first time ever in Tea Time history.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you're our first special
Ow.
guest. We've had a guest where Hannah was on, but Zach wasn't on, so you're our first
Oh,
third
okay,
guest.
okay, cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait, that happened?
Yeah.
That feels bad now.
It's like I cheated on
My
him.
tag word.
Mhm. We're here with friend Julia. Hi, friend Julia.
Hey, friend Simon.
This
Hi.
is- Oh, wait, you just said that.
Yeah.
This is friend Julie. I was talking to my
Mhm.
mom today.
Yes.
And I told you this, and I was like, she was like, so you're going to hang out with us? I was like, Simon and friend Julie. And she was like, huh? Who's
Who?
that?
My
Like,
first
oh,
name
wait,
is Friend.
Julie.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I
Oh.
keep, like, hitting the desk.
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine.
Oh, it's fine when she does it. But when I, like, breathe on it, you're like, Zach, you idiot.
Oh.
Let's see
Sorry,
what's
it's
on
fine.
here.
It's my phone.
6 terabytes of
Yeah, that's me.
What kind of porn?
The good stuff.
that good shit.
Mm-hmm. So, how are you feeling, both of you, now that we are all three? What are you doing with the camera, Zach?
Nothing.
Okay. How do you feel now that all three of us, each and every one, have graduated?
I feel good.
Yeah?
No.
It still hasn't really sunk in yet.
Yeah.
But, like, okay.
I mean, I
Here,
got...
Simon, hold up your diploma. You ready? Oh, perfect. There's a ghost. Wait.
Okay. Yeah, it's honestly pretty weird. It hasn't set in.
yeah, like,
Even though, like, I've just been sitting here doing my, like, just weekend stuff every single day.
I keep waking up in the morning and thinking, like, oh man, I have to go to school soon. And I'm like, wait.
The first time that I actually, like, was able to wake up and be
Mhm.
relaxed was the morning after the party and then today, and that
Yeah.
was it.
The
Okay.
morning after the party, I was all but relaxed.
Oh, yeah.
I was just
It's-
trying not to throw up in my car.
I was really, man.
Yeah, but luckily,
I
it
guess I
wasn't...
just have a
nothing
pretty
really-
high tolerance.
At the party, it was so fun and wholesome. All we did was just
We
listen to
didn't-
good Christian
Christian
rap.
rock. We did listen to
Chri-
Christian
Yeah,
rock.
we did.
We listened to, like, vinyl Christian rock.
Uh-huh. We listened to some Christian rock, and we just prayed to Jesus.
2 hours.
Kumbaya.
We sat around the fire and
Like
sang
Like the
Kumbaya.
Bible study. We're all children of Jesus.
We invited the neighbors next door, and
Their 2 children.
yeah, and they're like, come. We invited the kids next door, and they sang some hymns with us. We started our own church in my backyard.
What's it called, Simon?
Backyard church, the backyardigans.
Which
The
one?
backyard.
You know,
Christian.
I liked
yeah,
that show.
yeah, the backyardigans.
Because it was just like, you know.
It was basically the same as Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
We were talking about that.
That's
Wait,
earlier.
weird.
really?
We were
Yeah.
like going in depth talking about that
Mhm.
earlier when we were playing.
Pokemon.
Yeah, Pokemon.
You're walking like you were in Alien
I was trying to
Isolation.
recreate this.
Just waving your
Honestly,
He's
if
like
I was running from an
breaststroking while he
alien,
walks.
Mhm.
I probably wouldn't care how I fucking looked.
hand.
You'd want good running form to run fastest, though.
That's true.
Yeah,
I
just gets
I
you
don't
more,
know.
if you do this, it gets you more traction.
No, why weren't you just running like Naruto? Because that's how you run the fastest. Because you get the most aerodynamics.
Aerodynamicy.
Aerodynamics.
This podcast is being created about 10 minutes after we played our first round of Alien Isolation. It'll probably
me,
come out
speak for
like
yourself.
3 months after it,
Oh, yeah.
but, you know,
Y'all are 4 years late.
well.
Yeah, we try our best here at. I mean, we're playing Pokemon Emerald like
You know what
10
this
years.
reminds me of?
Well, what does that remind you of?
Fruity Pebbles.
So I have a ceramic thing that I made.
Are you gonna
It's
like?
a little bowl, and it reminds Zach of Fruity Pebbles, and that's all the context.
Zach is like, let's see how many things I can mess with that forces Zach to go on. I mean, that forces Simon to go on to like a conversation that's not interesting to listeners.
I think that's it. That's why you come.
That's our whole thing.
Yeah.
That's what we do. I always make
I
Simon
drank
mad.
this.
It's
Yeah.
either me making Simon mad
Hmm.
or me saying something that then makes Simon go off on a tangent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or that's the whole podcast. Thank you for coming to
See?
digesting,
Digest.
dissecting the podcast with your friend.
Oh wait, what
yeah,
was the bit that I said we were gonna do?
the alien thing?
Alien.
Oh no, it was a bit.
Oh, yeah, you can.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Alright, you can.
What?
Wait, Simon.
What? I think
Who's that at the door?
someone's at the door. It might be a.
Is it Hulk Hogan?
Hey everybody.
Zach, I think you better
He's
go get
already
the door.
inside.
He's already here. Hi,
I
Hulk
didn't even have to
Hogan.
open the door.
Julia had to go to the bathroom for a bit. We're joined here with their good pal Hulk Hogan. Hi, Hulk Hogan.
Hey
Don't-
Simon, how are you?
Wow.
Hulk Hogan, you sound a bit
This is
different.
weird.
from-
Oprah sounded like me earlier. And then
We got Oprah to come on our Pokemon adventure.
she was eating okra.
As
Okay.
Hulk Homan, what do I do?
You're a wrestle star.
Oh.
Yeah, you're the bearded man.
An actor.
Yeah, and is he an actor?
Yeah, he was in the Muppet movie. A couple of them.
That's all he's in.
Or maybe more, I don't know.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be answering this.
No,
Let's ask
I think
That's
let's ask
me.
Hulk Hogan. Let's have a special Q&A with Hulk Hogan. So, Hulk Hogan.
Alright, no, the bit's over.
Okay, we're done.
Okay. Continue on graduation
Aliens.
night. Mine was
No.
oh.
Go ahead.
Mine was pretty shitty.
Yeah.
I left at like 4. We were supposed to be there at 5:30. Nope. Yeah. No, I left at 5. We were supposed to be there at 5:30. Yeah, shut up! This is my first time doing this. I'm not the most interesting person.
We don't do anything better, so you can't.
I'm just gonna say, I cried before graduation because I
Oh,
couldn't get a parking spot. The only reason I could get one is because I cried in front of the security person. And then I
Aw.
ran inside because I was late, and the bottom of my feet tore and bled.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and y'all remember that because I was in there like hopping up and down, and you're
Oh.
Yeah, you're like, hold my stuff. It's like, okay.
Okay.
And you're like, what do I do? My feet are like literally falling apart.
yeah, I was freaking out.
Did you ever do the thing that I said to do and
Put toilet paper in there? I absolutely did. Thank
That's
you.
great. Yeah. Good advice.
Dr. Zach.
Dr. Zach. One thing
It's
that I
time to
didn't
drink
understand
the
is that we had to, like, we were given a crystal, like a gem, like a little plastic thing, and then we had to give that to Miss Moon. And then Miss Moon gave us a battery that we were supposed to give to Mr. King. But here's the thing. I was not informed of this.
She
Nobody
literally
was,
said,
yeah.
she literally said, give this to Miss Moon, and then Miss Moon said, give this to Mr. King.
But luckily,
That was all
I
the
was...
It's probably an
instruction
inside
you
joke. They're
needed.
like, watch this. We're gonna make them all confused.
But the thing is, I didn't realize that. So, and I also didn't shake Mr. King's hand. I just sort of had my hand awkwardly. Mr. King is our principal. He awards us with our diplomas. I just had my hand sort of awkwardly to the side while I was holding my diploma. And I was like, thank you, Mr. King. And I just had my battery in my hand. I was like, this is great. I'm doing my best right now. And then I continued to walk across the stage but with my diploma and my battery in one hand.
I saw you. I was like, woo, Simon.
It's okay.
What are you doing?
It's
I
okay.
wanted
You weren't
to-
the only one.
Oh, yeah. A
There
lot
were
of
so
people.
many people that made that awkward as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
So people like
ugh.
tried to dance.
you ever get embarrassed for people?
Yeah, it's called
Kind of.
second-handed bearing.
What? That's a
Awful
psionic
word.
bearing.
Isn't that what we needed to open that door in Alien?
Oh, yeah. We need the psionic bearing.
It is pretty hot in here.
Speaking of aliens, segue.
Segue.
Oh.
We're so good at segues. So, Zach, you, my friend, are really into aliens. Are
Well,
you?
I mean, I wouldn't say all that. I just kind of like watched the
Yeah.
documentary and then like looked it up.
Sorry for assuming. I didn't mean to assume.
It makes me look weird.
Yeah, sorry, that's my bad. I'll just edit it. I'll fix it in post. But Zach.
Just bleeps out that whole like 15 seconds.
So aliens. you told me a lot about this, but why don't you divulge for the audience and our special guest,
Okay.
our gremlin here, Julia.
Or what?
Gremlin?
She's hunched over like a little gremlin.
It's because it's hot in here.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
trying to drink that tea without spilling it.
So aliens.
Mm.
So there's
Wait,
this-
hold up. Now, this special part of the podcast is not for anyone part of the FBI, the FBLA.
So
Because we know all those people watching.
FBLA.
You know, the citation people.
Dick Cheney, get out of here.
Get out of here, Dick Cheney. Donald Trump, you're okay. You can listen.
Yeah.
This part of the podcast is only for Donnie J and his
We'll
son,
keep the secret.
Donnie J Jr. But please continue.
So there's this whole thing, and this guy, honestly I can't remember his name right now.
Let's just call
Dr. Stephen something.
Dr. Stephen Strange. We'll call him that.
I knew you were going to say that.
Dr. Strange. So he founded this like little group, and basically its purpose was to make contact with aliens before the government did, because the government's shitty.
Mhm.
And they wanted to do a better job of it. And he did all this research into UFOs and shit, and he was learning so much that the government eventually like contracted him to go to these sites and learn more about it. And he would go to people like the Secretary of Defense and brief them, because he would know more about this stuff than they did. And then he was like, wait a minute, that's pretty weird. And he was like, I have access to thousands of classified documents and all this, like, biological specimens. And he was like, I can 100% confirm that, like, we have alien bodies in multiple places around the country.
Mhm.
And so this guy, at the beginning, I was like, all right, this is just weird-ass documentary. Like, I'm not, I'll take it with a grain of salt. But then he starts bringing in all these people, like, former presidents and, like, freaking Air Force commanders and shit, and they're like, oh yeah, it's 100% real.
Mm.
I was like, well,
And this
shit.
is just on Netflix, right?
Yeah.
So at home you can just go and watch this. What's it called?
And so, I don't remember.
Come on, Zach.
It's
the
the,
Alien.
alien
documentary.
documentary.
Yeah.
just
Look up
go under
aliens on Netflix.
documentaries and scroll
Yeah.
through until
Mhm.
it looks like there's one about aliens.
Yeah.
Because
And
there's
that's
only one
probably
of
it,
them
yeah.
on Netflix.
And so,
Isn't this
all
called?
this
I think
shit,
I've seen
like-
this before. Isn't it called like Ancient Aliens? It's on
So
like
anyway, all this shit, like, Roswell, New Mexico, they, according to this one guy, they, like, figured out how to reverse engineer the spacecraft within a few years after it,
Mhm.
like, crashed there.
Yes.
And they've had the ability since the 50s to, like, power the world with this power source, but the only reason they haven't is because, like, oil and gas companies put so much money into the government that, like, they won't allow them to do it. And the thing was, like,
Fucking big oil.
the guy that was actually talking, like, that worked on the project, he was talking about it, and he was like, we thought, we had this piece that we thought, like, we were just looking at plexiglass or something,
Yeah.
and we realized that was the power source.
No,
And
no,
it's not-
it's actually transparent aluminum.
Mm-hmm.
Star Trek reference, anyone?
No.
And he was like, it's not based on
I tried my hardest.
supply,
Mhm.
like a limited amount than that this can give out. It's based on demand. So if you need to
You
run a
mean
car
like
off of it, you
basic
can do that.
economics?
But if you
Mhm.
want to run a city off of it, you can do that too, like as much as you need.
Mm-hmm.
And so all this stuff, and like, there are billions of dollars that go to the government that are completely uncharted, and they don't even know where it goes.
That's actually just the government's Coke money, though.
And it, all for the president. And it, what is wrong with you?
It was way too hot. I just took a sip of my tea. It's way too hot. I'm gonna cry.
Simon cries in the podcast.
But so basically, yeah, it was just
That's
And
what I'll
so,
call
like,
this episode: Aliens and Simon Cries.
I don't remember who it was, but somebody literally called one of these black sites,
Mhm.
and they were like, hey, I'm the Secretary of Defense, tell me this shit. And the person on the other end said, you're not on a need-to-know basis, and they hung up on him.
Mhm.
And their idea is that, like, the president and all these people are temporary workers.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Who's a forever worker?
well, the people that have been doing this since, like, the 70s and shit that have been working on this as like
Oh.
their life.
For some reason, like, I was just like, people who are immortal, I guess.
Yes, the aliens themselves.
Yeah.
But yeah, so all this weird shit.
No, it's another race of aliens blackmailing other aliens.
Oh yeah, and one guy was actually talking about. He was like, there are at least 6 different species of aliens that we have come into contact with.
Does it go into the intelligence of those aliens? Are these aliens like, I don't know, like as stupid as like water bears or something, like microscopic?
Mostly, it was about the government. And all the, like, most 99% of the UFO sightings that people see.
You know, Zach, you'd be a really good
government stars.
politician because you just completely, like, took Julia's question and answered
Well,
a
no,
different
I was
question.
saying they didn't like. They didn't go into that. Like, it was
Yeah.
mostly about the government.
Yeah.
And all these, like, abductions and shit, and people like, oh, I saw this big fucking spaceship over Phoenix or whatever.
Mhm.
That's all the government.
Oh, yeah.
And one guy that was
That's
like,
not flares at all.
and
Like,
no.
do you want to get into the Phoenix Lights?
Well,
bit?
I will in a second because
Okay.
that's pertinent. And because one guy that was like an expert on this situation was like, this, I can tell you right now, this is the spaceship that the government is going to use to try and like red flag
Mhm.
the aliens. Basically, what that is
Just-
like
Hold on, I'm just imagining like a little like tinfoil little thing like on a fishing line, go like.
in the Gulf of Tonkin, like Vietnam War, basically we bombed our own navy
Mhm.
so that we could then blame it on the Vietnamese and go and invade.
Oh yeah,
And
which
that's what
America
we're
has
gonna
been doing
do.
like forever.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do with the aliens too. We're gonna
Mm.
use this ship and like blow up San Francisco or whatever, and be like, "Oh, look, the aliens did it," and
Oh,
then
yeah.
we can then unite as a world
Hmm.
and fight off the aliens or whatever.
I was gonna say earlier, so Men in Black is actually a documentary.
But yeah, so
Yeah.
the Phoenix Lights is the ship that guy was talking about, and it's like there were like 25,000 people that saw it, and
Mhm.
it's this really big spaceship
Mm-hmm.
that's over Phoenix, Arizona, and their thing was it was flares. That's what they said.
Oh yeah.
Even though it was very obviously
Yeah.
not
And
flares.
I watched a thing on the Phoenix Lights recently, and a lot of people, like, there was this guy who owned a really big telescope. This is a very specific thing that I remember from the documentary. It was like a mini
Is
YouTube
that
thing.
on?
No.
Why?
Why is it off?
Yeah.
Because the audio quality. We'll take a break on the 30-minute mark. We'll go outside for a bit and let the room cool down.
Okay.
But it was this guy who was looking, just happened to...
We have more meat on our bones.
We're dying.
Uh-huh. But it was this guy who was looking through his telescope with his mom. And he just happened to look at the Phoenix Lights.
Yes.
The Phoenix Lights when he was looking at the telescope with his mom.
Uh-huh.
And he was looking up there. It was like he could clearly see the difference. Like, it wasn't flares. There was actually like a difference between like the black that was the sky and the black that was like in a shape
Right.
of like a.
Which you can see in pictures and shit.
Oh yeah. Like,
I tried to look at pictures, but don't have service.
here, give me your. I'll turn on my Wi-Fi.
So,
Thank you.
and there's a whole like set of people that, and their whole job is to try and recreate sightings with shit like weather balloons and flares.
Oh yeah, because they did
Just
that
so
with
they
Roswell.
can go, yeah.
Not
Just
Roswell,
so they
the,
can
the,
go.
the Phoenix Lights.
Oh look, it was this. They try and come up with the most plausible thing that would be that, even though everybody already knows it's not.
Because they did that with the Phoenix Lights. They did like release more flares, and it would look completely different.
And actually, what they do is, they have one guy
Hold
was
up.
saying.
Sorry, everyone at home. Now is the time to put on your tinfoil hats.
He was like, every news station in America, no matter how small it is, has an operative there to censor everything that goes through, and you don't know how heavily censored it is. And
Is the government here to
when
cover us?
and when they're caught, they're like, okay, sure, we'll publish the story, but then they put it in things like tabloids.
Oh yeah.
So the people that see it go, is that Dick Cheney?
Dick Cheney, are you here?
It's the Penguin.
Special guest.
Whoa. And so they like they went so far as to get people like Carl Sagan on board.
Mhm.
And so it like early in his career, he was like, "Oh yeah, aliens 100% exist." But then later, after they got to him, he was like, "Oh well, we don't have enough evidence." Blah blah blah. So they formed this scientific group that was supposed to be upstanding for the truth and all that for science, and then they were just as corrupt as the government.
Oh, yeah.
Like once the CIA or whoever the fuck it was got to them, it was like, sure, we'll tell everybody aliens don't exist.
See, here's the thing. Once we get big enough, IGU, we're gonna have one of those operatives.
We're gonna be aliens.
We're gonna be aliens. Well, as I was saying, we're gonna have like one of those operatives come here and make sure that we don't publish anything that has like aliens in it.
We're not a news station.
No, but it's just because.
Joke's on you.
Oh.
It's me. It's Julie.
It's
It's
oh
me.
no!
Hey, that means we've gotten big enough. Yeah.
We finally did it. We got big.
Did you find the
The video?
the Phoenix Lights?
Yeah, I'm looking at it. It's weird because like it was like 3 lights at first, and then they just start appearing.
Oh yeah, there
Like,
was
one
2
after the
Phoenix
other.
lights. Like there was one, and then in like a couple hours later, there was a second
Really?
sighting. So like the first one was like I think 5 lights and not like in a V formation, just like kind of random, but they were like stationary and like wouldn't move. Then like
yeah,
a
and
couple
someone
of
like
and oh sorry.
no, you're good. Like someone like refined a picture of the V ones and made it look like what they thought the spaceship
Yeah,
looked like.
yeah.
It's pretty neat.
Yeah, but so they had like the first sighting was like, and then people started calling like the police and stuff, and then the second flare, not flares, but the second sighting was like an actual V formation, and it was stationary, like it didn't move around. And there's like there's a record, not a record. There's a record of some a pilot that was flying around, and he saw a light.
Mm-hmm.
He saw like one of those, the first station, not the station, the first ones that were sort of like moving around, and he saw one, and there was 2 planes, and his not his co-pilot, the other plane got shot down, not really shot down, but like lost, like nobody knew where it went, and this other guy was following the other one, and like before that he did not believe in
Right.
anything before that, but after that, whole spiel.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also like stories of like this trucker that looked outside his window and actually saw one of those orbs, and it was like there's like, I'm saying like a lot. He's saying before I did not believe 100%,
Right.
but then I saw it, and there's nothing it couldn't have been like flares or anything else.
And
And then after that,
the messed up thing is that, and you can tell, like, all of these guys are being really, really careful about
Mhm.
what they're saying.
Yeah.
Because they either still work there, or they've retired, but, they work for these secret government agencies, so they don't want to
The
get shot.
secret government.
Mhm.
The
And
government that
so-
controls the other government.
And once he was asking one guy all these questions, and he would just list off all these like code names,
Mhm.
and like that obviously they hadn't explained for the audience or whatever, and the guy was like, "Yeah, that's real. Yeah,
Mm.
that's real. Probably shouldn't say for that one." Like, he was being really careful. And the thing that I found kind of funny but also messed up was that for these like abductions and shit, and these people come back and like, "Oh, I saw these little gray people and they
Mhm.
visit me or whatever."
Yeah.
Like, that happens, but it's the government,
Oh yeah.
and they will literally
They're just dressed up in suits, like
no,
from,
no,
Yeah.
like they will literally hire like midgets and like freak
Wait,
show
what?
performers to dress up and
Hmm.
abduct these people.
yeah.
The people who
Like-
saw shit,
Yeah,
but what are they gonna get out of that? So they don't talk or something? Like what?
I think like just to like push the crazy stories.
yeah, that because they're
Okay.
they're doing this whole thing like
So they
unite against the aliens,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
they're gonna. Who knows when they're gonna do that?
tomorrow.
And I can't remember.
They're gonna do it tomorrow.
Von Braun, that's who it
Von
was.
Bronson.
Von Braun, he predicted everything that's happened. He said,
Mhm.
first, we're going to unite against another power,
Mm-hmm.
which was the Cold War.
Yeah.
Then he said, we're going to unite against terrorism.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're going to do aliens.
They're
And
gonna do aliens next.
Terrorism is wrapping up. So
like
what's-
what you just said kind of reminds me of like you being on the stage at like a Marvel thing of like this is a phase 1, this is phase 2. So
Yeah, but, so that's, that's the thing.
Mhm. Aliens.
Aliens. I had a lot to put into that because I know so much about this subject. I really don't. I just know it's pretty
Fine.
cool, and I guess I believe in them because the universe
Yeah.
is really big.
Yeah. It would make more sense for them to exist.
Oh,
than to
yeah.
not.
Yeah.
It's like that one video,
Yeah.
like with Lil Dicky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do
Do you fuck with the war? And they actually, NASA's doing this thing, like, I can't remember which one it is. One of Saturn's
Adopt
moons is,
an
like,
alien.
covered in ice,
Mm-hmm.
and there's supposed to be like miles of ocean underneath that. That's like
Mhm.
3 times as deep as any of ours,
Oh.
and it's very
Oh,
likely
yeah,
to
yeah,
have
yeah.
like sea creatures
so
in
cool.
it. So they're
Yeah.
sending a submarine over to this fucking place to swim around and find like
Yes.
Star Wars creatures.
That's so cool.
Mhm, They're gonna
Um,
find the
They're
clone
gonna
army.
find Naboo. Yeah, it's just fucking Camino. They're like, you've come for your clone army. Yeah.
Hello, I am Jedi Master Sifo Dyas.
They have like a horror movie on that where they like sent a bunch instead of a submarine, they sent like a bunch of people in a submarine to go look at it, and just like the whole time people were being killed, and they're like, "What's happening?" There's just like a giant octopus at the end.
Hmm.
So
It's really interesting.
yeah, I know. That's
Wasn't-
my only input.
What was the one? Ah, shit.
Another thing,
I can't
the
remember.
ocean. We
The
talked
ocean's
about
scary.
yeah, we talked about
Oh,
this
yeah.
on a previous episode, but the ocean is just it's like we've explored like 1% of it.
Right.
2% of it's salmon.
Really? Oh, I'm sorry.
Three facts right.
Well, we don't even know that.
Damn.
Like
you
if we haven't
cheated that.
explored.
Wow.
But it's terrifying. But a safe, like a little reassuring thing that I always look to is that the creatures that are under there can't survive in the pressure of like our world, like up here.
Yeah, you know what
'Cause
scares
the
the
pressure's
shit
so
out of me
high.
though?
What would that? Be?
Giant squids. Those are so scary.
I love
And
them.
they've already found like really big ones.
Oh yeah,
I know.
And
they're so big.
There are like some that security cameras have gotten, and their like tentacles are like different than other
Yeah.
ones. Are like they like go out like this, and they just like droop down. It's so weird.
Ugh.
Nobody
You
can
know
see
that's
what I'm
really
talking
good for an audio.
I know, I know,
medium.
there was this I don't remember exactly when, late 1900s, there
Mhm.
was this mission, and they went down in this little pod.
Mhm.
I think it was like one of the trenches, I want to say.
Yeah.
And they touched the bottom, and
Yeah.
nobody has ever been there before or after
That's
that.
SpongeBob.
And they touched the bottom, and they got there fine.
Yeah.
But the problem was when they hit the bottom, they stirred up all the dirt and the silt
Oh,
that
yeah.
it just clouded up, and they were sitting there for like 20 minutes, and it just wouldn't settle.
Mhm.
So they had no choice but to go back up before their oxygen ran out or whatever.
Damn.
Yeah.
But like, it's entirely possible.
Oh yeah.
It's just like weird little things like that nobody would
It's just little
think
fish
of, I
people
guess. Yeah.
walking around.
just
the bottom of
walking
the sea.
around. Hello.
Hello.
You're, oh God,
They're
kill it.
Oh my gosh, this is.
knocking on the glass like,
Yeah.
hello.
Have you ever seen this one?
Yes,
What
I
is
don't
that?
like that.
This is
What
what
the
freaks me
fuck?
out.
Okay.
It's like some kind of like oil drill camera caught this
What the
thing.
fuck is that? Oh jeez. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, so for anyone that like can't see this, which is everyone.
Yeah, nobody can see that.
It kind of reminds me of like
Just tell them the name of the video.
Oh
It's
yeah,
a-
giant long armed squid live. Is what it's called. That sounds like the most
a
YouTube.
porn.
I was about to say.
But God, so it's like a squid with like ear flaps, sort of, that looks like it, and it has like various tentacles that go out and then go down at a 90-degree angle,
Yeah,
Which
they
is
just like
icky.
splay out like really.
and then they go down like
Straight.
50 feet. And then just
Um,
like it kind of looks like it's walking around. You know what it reminds me of? I don't know. It's those
War of the
walkers.
Worlds.
No. Walkers from Half-Life 2. Like, oh yeah, you haven't played it.
Why don't you just like in post put a picture of the
But
squid?
this is on audio medium.
Yeah, but you can just put a picture on the little display picture on the YouTube video. Oh
Yeah,
wait,
this
iTunes.
is iTunes.
Oh.
There was
You're
also-
really alienating our audience
This-
here, too.
Sorry.
I want to say he was Japanese. The scientist, like the shark expert, they put like a cage and special food, like at the bottom of this trench where
Mhm.
they were hoping to like see these super rare sharks that no like human eye had
And they
ever
left a
seen.
sticky note on it and said, "Sorry, I'm vegan."
Someone fix it so that you can see the whole thing.
That's fucking gross.
Ugh.
Like, and so this cage drops down there, and they had a camera, and yeah, they found, the rare sharks came to eat and all that, but then this massive, and you see all of a sudden, like, all these sharks just dart off in different directions, and then this massive, like, thing comes in and blocks the camera and takes the food and then just fucking leaves.
Hey,
And
Zach,
they think
Zach,
from the...
Zach, I have a really good joke. Was it you?
If I don't laugh...
He laughed.
Yay!
Anyway, the face looked like a shark, but really big.
That's good.
That was the
Really
thing.
big shark.
That's fucking creepy.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine, okay, so you're, like, swimming around down there or whatever, and then, like, and then you, like, just look over,
It's
and
called a
this,
magna
like,
pinna or something. A big fin squid.
this fucking thing.
Mhm.
That's, like, you could be, like, swimming around in the ocean.
Imagine, like,
and,
one
Yeah,
of those
that's my
guys...
It's just
fear.
this giant mouth
No,
open under you, and you have
One
no
of those
idea.
things, like, sort of similar to that, but what if those guys just, like, lifted up their tentacles, like they're doing a headstand, and just, like, all of them were flailing up, like, at the top of the sea? Like, they come up, like, the tentacles go up. Like, instead of going down, the squid moves them up, like, his arms are going up, and then it goes...
I mean, I'm picturing it.
Yeah.
I don't know what the end result is supposed to be.
It'd be really freaky.
Oh,
Because,
yeah.
you'd look at it, and you just see this weird tentacles going out of the ocean.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna happen to us on the beach trip. We're just gonna see a big old...
Shut your goddamn
Gosh,
mouth right
I
now.
freaking hate this squid so much. I'm just looking at pictures.
Oh, and the
Mhm.
like the weird noises and shit that they record.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I always like want to listen to those,
Mm-hmm.
but I always leave like one earbud out because then I can be like, no.
But when, like, on a different sort of note, but, like, noises in the ocean, like, drilling for oil is really noisy, and it messes up, fish's
Other-
echolocation and stuff, and, like, whales that, like, go for, like, deep sounds, and, like, that's how they find their way. They use echolocation, so they get completely lost. And if you are drilling for oil, stop.
Hey, stop.
Hey,
If
stop.
there are any oil
I know the
companies out
listeners.
there,
Oh, the big oil company listeners.
Mm-hmm. Big oil, stop.
our one
Gosh.
listener is Putin. He's like, I have to put a stop.
There's like so many pictures. I
This
mean,
fire
videos
is
of.
puss.
There's so many videos of oil drill accidents, especially in
Yeah.
Russia, because
Mhm.
I don't know, the safety hasn't aren't good. Like people, there's so many videos of people just like dying in oil mills. It's terrible.
It's really
So
sad.
many. They always break.
Have you ever heard of the Byford dolphin?
No,
No.
it's a...
Okay, well, it was an oil drilling accident, and they had a diving bell
Yeah.
and a team of divers to go down. I don't know. I think they were maybe fixing it or something. And they have this whole big procedure you have to go through to close the diving bell so you can safely come up from the pressure and all that.
Yeah.
And somebody opened one of the doors too early
Yeah.
or closed it, and everybody just exploded, like, in this diving bell. And people, like, a forensic team had to go in there and literally clean up this entire thing and, like, write down, like, how far this one person
Exploded.
had, like, yeah, it was crazy.
You took forensics, right? Like,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Both of y'all?
There's different years.
Oh yeah. Did y'all have to watch, like, whenever somebody would like throw a body in a lake, people would have to line up in a team and like swim across the lake and try to find the body?
Ew.
Wouldn't that be
No, I've
the
never
worst
seen
job
that.
in the world? Like I
Yeah.
think of that
Yeah.
all the time. Like, what if you're the one to find the body? You just
So, like, some
Yeah.
people are kind of
Got
like, they're freaky.
Here.
like some people are just, like, weird like that.
some people enjoy it.
Like,
Some
yeah.
people are okay with it.
Yeah,
like-
they just don't feel bothered, like, by, like, stuff like that.
Ugh.
So what is it about, like, not like deep ocean, but if you're just
Mhm.
like swimming around at the beach
Yeah.
and something touches you, like, oh, it's like, oh, haha, it was like a fish or something.
Yeah.
But if you're in like a river or
Yeah.
a
So
you
lake,
can't
you're like,
see.
"Ugh, God.
Well, yeah, because
And you
it's...
You
freak the
can't
fuck
see it.
out.
Like I
Yeah,
hate
in the ocean,
lakes.
in the ocean it's clear, like,
Yeah.
mostly.
Hopefully.
No,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Ocean has salt and shit, so it's like clean and stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, lakes they don't have anything, and there's like just animals like shit in it, animals
Ugh.
die in it.
Oh, yeah.
Like
okay.
and we
I
just
don't like
swim in
lakes.
it. How do we not get sick? Like I always wondered that.
I don't either. Fuck that.
Julia.
What?
Oh, do you not swim either?
Oh,
You said-
I do.
You said we.
I thought you
and-
said I don't get sick, and then you're like, do you get sick?
Like, what? Look at all those times that Simon has laughed.
No, that one's me.
That's all it is. You can't.
That's a me laugh.
All right, we're gonna take a break. We'll be right back.
Oh God, yes.
Because it's really
please.
hot.
Are we recording now?
Yeah, we're literally. Why do I even do this with you, Zach? You literally.
Just ends IG right there.
Welcome back. We're back from our 30-minute break.
It was like an hour.
Yeah, we went ghost hunting.
Kind of.
Kind of. We just
No,
went to this.
we went ghost hunting. It was really intense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got eaten by a ghost.
Zach got
Zach-
bored by his ghost.
I am a ghost now.
Welcome, new co-host Zach, Demon Zach.
Thank you.
All right. Hi,
Just
Demon
start
Zach.
talking in like Hebrew or something.
Hello.
My voice is just a little bit higher.
Would it be deeper
Wait a
if it were a
minute.
demon?
Well, he's a
Mine's
fancy
already
demon.
deep enough, so
Yeah.
I think
It sort of reverses.
Like, it just
it goes. It's a
it
loop.
resets,
Yeah.
yeah. Actually, when they were making Civ, the reason Gandhi is so aggressive is because they had a scale that went from 1 to 5 of
Yeah.
aggression, and they tried to set him to 0 after 5, but it
Yeah.
just rolled. No, they tried to set him below 1, and it
Yeah.
just rolled back to 5. So then they're like, whatever, we'll leave it.
If you don't know, Julia, Civ is a game about countries and you do the thing.
It's really fucking fun.
Yeah.
Is that the one where you're like a no?
It's the
not
one
it.
with
I'm not
hexagons that and you control
It randomly generates like continents and stuff, and you exist in the world with other nations, and you like try to win by getting like a culture victory.
Oh,
or whatever.
okay. I understand. It reminds me of that one where you're like a disease and you're trying to.
Oh, Plague Inc. God, I used to play this shit out.
Oh
of
yeah,
that.
yeah. Me too.
And that pizza is not sitting very well.
Oh no, it's doing great. I love burping. But around the end, like Shrek always says, shrunk.
The weird thing is that I feel okay right now.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about the
So
shark fins
good.
and cannolis.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
like memories. It was just like, "Blah," I'm like, no, you're okay.
Zach's had some illegal adventures with some shark fins. He went swimming with sharks and stole their fins.
Didn't even notice.
Mm-hmm.
They made it to
You
the
know,
bottom of the ocean before
the
they're like,
weird
hey, wait a
thing-
minute.
They'll take their fins off, keep them alive, and throw them back in the ocean. So they're just like useless lumps.
What the fuck?
Like it's so stupid. Like at least put the poor thing out of its misery, or just don't.
Or
do
made
that.
some prosthetics.
Oh yeah,
Like
like some
it-
expensive
Tie
prosthetics.
a plank of wood.
Like that one good
Bungee
movie that you
cord.
like, How
A
to Train Your
dolphin
Dragon.
fin. Oh.
I saw this guy once.
Yes, How to Train Your Dragon is my favorite movie, but that just reminds me of that movie where the dolphin loses their fin and the whole movie's about making a fake fin. Yes, Zach?
Thank you for that segue.
Is that?
Oh yeah, I saw a guy one time
Hold
in
up,
the.
one second. Can you close the door? I don't want to hear Owen's. Could you? I don't want to hear Owen's Fortnite wins.
In the. I can't remember what the official name for it. The handicapped Olympics.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Special
the Special Olympics.
Is
That's
that what
literally
they
what
call
it's
it?
called,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, there was a dude in swimming
Yeah.
that he was like quadruple amputee, no arms
Yeah.
or legs. I was like,
What?
how is this dude gonna swim?
Does
And
he-
they like put him in,
Yeah.
and he swam like a dolphin. Like he
What
moved
the
his
fuck?
body like that. And I was
Oh
like,
my God.
"Whoa, he
Dude, I want to
won.
watch this.
He won by like a
That's
lot."
great. We'll
Yeah.
watch
Because
it.
he was
This-
basically butterfly swimming the whole time, and that's like the fastest
Mhm.
stroke. But it's the hardest.
He wasn't even stroking. He was just.
It's a dolphin.
That's great.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. You're just
Yeah.
gonna see me at the beach. You're
Yeah.
gonna be like, "Was that a dolphin out there?" And just,
Hello.
"Hey Zach."
The Special Olympics is way more like interesting to watch than the regular ones because they have to overcome so much more.
Huh.
Oh, yeah.
There was this one guy in archery. He was using his feet.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
They're so
arms.
much more talented.
And the guy like walked up to give him the medal, and he held out his hand. He's like, "Never mind."
There's this fucked up story. We were talking about it on the podcast before, where like it was this group of Russian, not Russian. Oh no, this is completely different.
Thanks.
It's this like basketball team that was playing for the Special Olympics, except none of them were mentally specially abled.
You don't have to be mentally disabled to be in the Special Olympics.
No,
Yeah, they
no,
just-
but they pretended to be is the thing.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh! You started this off. This is a fucked up story.
yeah.
Okay.
So like they pretended like all of them like I think this was like in England or whatever, and they it was this basketball team and all of them and they won like the whole team won like the thing and they got all the money and fuck I
So
It's
they
very-
pretended to not be
mentally handicapped.
Yeah, they pretended to be mentally handicapped so that they could fight they
They
could
could-
play against the other mentally handicapped players and then win the money for themselves.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, it wasn't
Oh, that's
really
cool.
it wasn't really them. It was like this fucked up like coach that they had, and so he basically
Okay, but-
hired them,
Okay,
and the
but
coach
they-
got all the money.
Okay,
Okay, but
they
you could still
went
say no.
along with it.
Yeah, that is true.
Can you
But
easily
they
say
also
no?
My mom, she was born with cerebral palsy, and it wasn't that bad, but she had to wear like braces and stuff when she
Oh
was
shit,
younger.
that's rough.
And so she, whenever they were in the store, like checkout line, there was the candy and shit. She would like start acting like mentally handicapped, and like, cause she had the braces, so she already walked stupid. She would like throw her arms up and be like, "I want candy," and then my grandmother would be like, "No, stop!" She'd be like, "I want candy." She'd be like, "Pour the fucking candy." She always got candy that way.
that's great.
I'm smart.
Mm-hmm. It's using intuition. Like it's those, definitely those people that like sort of play their parents. What do you look at the window, Zach? Did you
Nothing.
see someone?
Nope.
Is it Dick Cheney?
Continue.
It's our guest. He comes in through the window.
He's climbing in. I don't know. That was really it. I can't remember.
I don't even remember what you
Yeah,
said.
me neither.
Guess it wasn't that important.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
guess it's just the way it goes.
Oh, you said something about lying to your parents.
Oh yeah, that's definitely like a youngest sibling sort of thing.
I'm the youngest sibling, and I didn't do that, so.
Okay. Well, like it's
I don't
more
know.
general. Like not everyone is, of course. Like
Actually, I probably did. Just
yeah,
don't remember.
you fucking
Jesus.
bitch.
Alright.
But yeah,
Respect women.
Respect women.
Oh yeah, I hate women now because I said one woman was a bitch. Just like because I hate
it again.
just because I hate the Ghostbusters movie means that I'm automatically
For
a woman
female
hater.
Ghostbusters, the feminists are taking over. I'm an
adult
adult.
version. But what my Owen, my youngest brother, sorry Owen for calling you out, but what he used to do is he would I would be playing with like my cousins in Seymour outside, and he would come outside and start crying, and
Yeah.
he and then my parents would come outside and what's wrong, it's like they wouldn't let me play with them or something, or like they beat me up or whatever, and we were like, we did not, and
Yeah,
we
my
got
little
in trouble.
cousins would do that all the goddamn time. Be like,
Yeah.
you're such a piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
They just want to feel sorry for themselves.
There was this one time at a like family thing,
Yes.
and between all of us, all my cousins and I, we only had 2 boxing gloves. So we were like, yeah, let's do it. And so I put one on,
Yeah.
and then my cousin, that's my age, put one on. And he had a loose tooth at the time, which he neglected to tell me.
Mm-hmm.
And I hit him in the mouth, and he
Yeah.
started bleeding. He was like, he hit me. I was like, we're fucking boxing. And, like, I didn't know that he had a loose tooth.
Yeah.
And they got so mad at me, and I was like, hang on a minute. And there was something else to that, but I can't remember what it was now.
I just had the weirdest memory. Do you guys remember this really old board game? It was sort of like a volcano mountain. And it was like really cheap plastic.
What's it called? Volcano Mountain.
I don't remember. But it was just really like weird. Like it was very large. Like you had to like fold it out and get like separate pieces and build it all together. And there was like sort of lava going up on the top, so you had to like escape the mountain and like do all these weird tricks.
No, but where was this when I was young? Because this is pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I would never play the game. I would just be obsessed with like the little guys walking around. It's a very weird memory of mine, but I remember it quite well.
That's a good segue.
Thank you. It was
Wasn't this now our sponsor, Volcano Mountain?
today's
there any-
sponsor.
game.
If there are any volcano mountains out there,
Mm-hmm.
hit us up. You know who to talk to.
The one in Hawaii.
You might have seen this on my story, but I photoshopped a really good photo I want to show you.
Taco Baco. You didn't
Yes.
Photoshop that very well.
I did.
No, the bee.
What? It's really good. It's
No.
the same font.
No. You
I
had to take-
downloaded the font and everything.
is complete.
Yeah,
Simon,
the
the
spacing's
B is
terrible.
touching the side and the A.
Yeah, that's what it.
Are you blind?
I wanted
Are
everything.
you blind, you fool? You idiot.
You have to leave some margin there. Because there's margin on the rest of the thing.
There, look, it's touching. The T is touching right there. Fine, whatever. I tried my best. You know, it's fine.
You know, I was thinking about that earlier. I didn't want to say anything. But
I know, I saw your story.
Now
So
that I
like, I need
back
to,
up.
you need to like move that to the side a little bit. That's
I think it looks better that way.
That's like when I was at Scud over the summer, they put up like a giant scat sign in the new dorms, but they accidentally put the S back, like around, like backwards. And we were like, you had one job. It wasn't like backwards, like really stupid background. It was like upside down, but it was like in a font where like obviously the little part of the S was supposed to be on top and the big part of the S was supposed to be on the bottom, but they flipped it.
How do you even do that?
They're stupid, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I still like, my favorite one is when you photoshopped T.
Oh my god. I have that. I can bring it up. Oh yeah.
I like
Target.
the whole.
See, art folder. There it is. 2017. There they are. Here, I'll open it up. I have all this backlogged.
Why'd you draw me wearing a fedora?
I didn't. That's Alec.
You need a
Oh, I thought those were glasses.
Okay.
Okay.
You need
Here we
to
go. I have one that's
put
Targ.
these-
T-Git.
T-Git.
And there's Alec. wearing
Ew,
that.
I don't like that hat.
Yeah, there's a good reason you don't like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard this story.
Okay.
You should flash those images on screen. No, wait, iTunes.
Yeah, it's an audio
God
medium.
damn. But still, like the YouTube one that
Mhm.
has your reviews.
Oh, I need to send streaks.
Oh yeah. But I don't know.
Chandler, stop sending me streaks.
He's gonna listen to this.
I cut you off on purpose.
All right. You know, it's fine. It's fine that everyone's on their phone on my very good
I
podcast.
have to do streaks
Hey,
now too, but
Simon,
keep going.
Guess what? We can multitask. We can talk and do this.
Okay, do it. Talk. Be interesting.
That's literally what I'm doing. You're the one that started this argument, so
Mhm.
I don't think you really get to say anything, huh?
I guess not. I guess I have to just stay quiet for the rest of the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leave it to me and Julia.
Okay.
So Zach,
Mm-hmm.
how was Ghost Hunts?
So we didn't really get that far into it.
Why? Because I'm a little pussy bitch.
Yeah.
Because I don't like ghosts. They scare me.
I was in the process of reading. Well, I read the Lord's Prayer, and then I was in the process of reading a couple like exorcism passages. I didn't get very far. I didn't want to draw it out with you being freaked out.
I was a little freaked out. It was spooky. Spookier than I thought it'd be. I thought there'd be a little lights in the graveyard, but no.
No, it was pitch black.
Why are you angry? Oh yeah, he's not here anymore. It's just me and Zach.
Who's angry?
I don't know.
Not me.
Not me. I'm just having a good time.
Yeah, me too. I'm happy.
At some point a leaf rustled against the ground when the wind blew, and it sounded faintly like footsteps, and I was like, oh no, but it wasn't. It was
But
just
it
like,
was good. It was fun. I'm gonna go back hopefully tomorrow and do some more.
take some pictures and find.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Send them to me because I'm fine as long as I'm like on the sidelines.
Not there.
Yeah. I don't want a ghost to possess me.
Nah, it won't. It won't happen.
Did you know they took a poll in Sweden and like 70% of people said they'd been possessed by a ghost or a demon?
Nice.
Like,
Not if we take your computer, you bitch. I'll break it right now, I swear to God. What did she say back? No, you can't make noises.
not allowed.
Does spider have pee-pee?
No.
I'm the only one that's.
What?
It's a meme, Simon.
No. I'm saying. Oh, jeez, there's glass on my knee. Like, look, right there.
How did that get there?
It's just on there.
Ghost?
But because I'm the only one that translates all of our visual gags into audio. So that whole time I wrote on a sheet of paper on my report card. Actually, I'm just gonna edit myself in post. And then Julia was really funny. This is the best
You
joke.
laughed.
Because it was funny.
It was funny.
I just like saying pee-pee.
She said pee-pee.
I just
She wrote
wrote
pee-pee.
I,
It's so fun to say.
not
Oh, yeah.
mentioning names, but one time I was at my girlfriend's house,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mhm.
they were being all like, and I wasn't filming. I was like, so I was like, yeah, some pee-pee, and they were like, don't say that. It ruins the mood. And that's
I don't know
gross.
about you, but that turns me off.
Border, I love it when A gal says, "Oh boy, I want to get in that pee-pee."
Wait, what was it called? Did you say I have to go pee-pee, or is like...
No, it was like, I was talking about my dick.
Mhm.
And it was like, she gonna suck my pee-pee. Like, no, that's gross.
Wait, you said that, or she said
No,
that?
I said that.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
I also
I think I would just start laughing.
like calling boobs. There are a few.
Yeah.
There's like TTs,
Tatas.
tatas, bodacious tatas. God, that's such a fucking throwback.
Mm-hmm.
And I still cringe at it.
Oh yeah, and it's also a throwback to in the podcast when we did the segment about the horse names.
Horse names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I
what was
listened
it?
to that.
Oh, you did.
Mm-hmm.
So glad that you listened in preparation.
What was
so
that
you know
one?
Mm-hmm.
how chill we are.
Slump Buster.
I did, actually, though. I was like, I'm about to be on the podcast, how do these go? So I just listened to a bunch of them, and I was like, oh.
Oh, maybe that was the person that fucking listened to
Oh.
it.
What? That one YouTube view?
We saw,
We were looking at our Spreaker reviews, our Spreaker downloads.
Oops.
Uh,
Oops.
oh,
oops,
dang.
Oops.
What? What?
Okay, I thought I answered them, but I don't think I did. They were calling, and I was like, touched your phone, but your phone is super sensitive. And
who was it?
Either homosexual called you.
Who was that?
It's Hannah.
I don't even know why I asked.
What was she calling on? Oh yes. You declined it. Here, let's get Hannah on the show.
I can hear her right now. Well, okay then. I'll just.
Hi Hannah, you're on the podcast.
Oh, Greenish?
Pee-pee.
Pee-pee.
Hello? You Greenish?
What's up?
It's Jesus. Say hello, Jesus.
Do you have anything to say on the podcast?
Our
Oh
ghost
my
went to the wrong
God.
place.
Am I on the infamous
Are there more than one Hannahs there?
podcast?
Are there two Hannahs?
No, it's Bella.
Oh hi Billa.
Bula? Bula?
Okay, bye.
What's up? What's up? Sorry for declining your call. Someone here. I won't
Simon.
say any names.
Simon.
It was not me, but someone declined your
Sounds
call.
like
On
something
accident.
that somebody that is you would
Disclaimed,
say.
am I famous
Declined.
on the internet?
Yeah, you are. So
Am I a Mimi?
why are y'all calling?
Because we're dead. Because we wanted to tell you we love you.
Oh,
we done
thank you.
died.
That's sweet.
Aw.
That's really sweet.
But then all I could think was penis.
It's so polite.
Such a good little boy.
Penis. That's how I tell you I love you. I'm like, penis.
Mhm. All right.
This has been the best part of the podcast.
Yeah,
Oh,
like,
it's so funny.
he's like,
all
I
right,
want
all right.
that.
Bye, Hannah.
Oh, bye.
That wasn't Hannah that said bye.
Yeah.
That was weird.
That was
Oh, I
really
meant
weird.
to say Celeste. Whatever.
Oh shit, whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Andy
Oh,
kept
yeah.
saying it over and over, and I was like, "What? This is weird."
Yeah, she's been really good about it. Mainly because
Probably because she met her.
Yeah,
and
like
can't-
2 weeks
and
ago,
Celeste
so it's a
was
lot
like,
easier.
hey, call me Celeste, and then that's
Mhm.
easy.
For all y'all that don't know.
I
which
did a
is
couple
everyone.
times.
Yeah. I got pretty used to it that
We
night.
got really emotional.
Did we?
We were all like
Which
giving
night?
speeches.
Oh,
at
yeah.
the party.
Yeah, so we
Well,
all gave
when
speeches.
outside?
No.
No, inside.
You remember I gave my... Yeah, I don't think you remember.
No, I remember. I was putting out the fire, and I got
Uh-huh.
little snippets of it. I literally, for like 10 minutes, I walked inside and out and filled up cups to put out
Yeah,
the fire
and
slowly.
eventually I was like, "I'm gonna go see what Julia's doing." And you were like, "Is it out yet?" And I was like, "Julia, it's very out."
No, like I was trying to get every single spark because I have a lot of anxiety when it comes to
Whoops.
fire.
Mm.
So it was like, we gotta make sure every single spark is out. So I did.
That's really good.
Mhm. This is really. bothering
Anyways,
me.
what about your sentimental?
Hmm?
Sentimental that night?
Oh yeah, we all got really we recalled all of our really good memories of the
Nice.
years. We were like, hey, remember that? And they were like, yeah, that was really good. And
That's basically all it was.
yeah,
Mhm.
God,
But-
I was like,
I basically went through the years. Like I met you there, I met
Yeah.
you
Mhm.
there. It's really
and
fun.
you were like, "I met you," and we were like, "Yeah."
You said I met you
Uh-huh.
and we like high fived or something. We went like, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, "I don't know. I didn't know most of you until this year," and I just like pointed around. And he was like, "Yeah."
At our good Christian party.
Good Christian. No drinking, no smoking.
Only
Mhm.
praying.
No, nobody smoked out of a gas mask that night.
That was fucking stupid.
I know.
It's really dumb. It's real dumb thing that nobody did.
Nobody did it.
Nobody did it, and
There's
I'm
a Christian
glad
rock
because we're
party.
Christians.
Let's all take a second to pray. In our heavenly Lord name,
What?
Dankmas,
That's not how you start a prayer.
Jesus
Simon.
Christ,
You're a fake
Amen.
Do you even pray, bro?
Do you even pepe?
You're supposed to say, "Dear Lord,
Do you even pee-pee?
Do you even pee?
dear good
Do you
humble
pee-pee?
Christ."
Fucking...
What?
I was gonna say something.
I don't know. What are you doing? Are you getting your split ends?
I am. I'm
What
bored.
are split ends?
Yeah,
'Cause I've
what
never
is
really-
that?
yeah.
Explain split ends.
What are they?
To
I
us
don't know. It's just
guys.
hair that. Have you never seen one?
No.
No.
I don't know. I mean, I can just sit here and look at my hair and see if I can find one.
That's weird. Like I've never really experienced that.
No, wait. You have long hair. You have like.
Well,
Yeah,
it's not
but-
like he pays attention.
Yeah, I was just there. Like I brush it and like, all right, cool. But I
Yeah.
haven't gotten a haircut in like.
Oh, you definitely have some.
Oh yeah, there's somewhere.
I don't know. I don't know the science behind them. I just know it's annoying and
It's
I
just
want them
hair that's-
away.
Some
'cause
little
But
goblins
why? What's
No,
wrong
no, no,
with
no,
it?
They
no,
kind
no.
of like trigger. You know how like people have trypophobia? It like kind of does that with me. Like it like annoys me and I have to get it off.
I was just gonna say like some little goblin comes into your rooms and snips up your hair.
Yeah.
Hmm.
A very little goblin.
Oh yeah, he's really tiny. It's like a little expedition for him.
Did you know that a single hair can hold the weight of an apple?
How so?
I
This is
mean,
really long.
Physics.
Just kind of because it's strong.
Oh, wait.
I didn't make hair.
Oh my god. I thought you meant a single hair could weigh as much as an apple.
What?
I didn't like process that at all. I was like, okay, hair, apple. I'm comparing those in my
Yes.
mind.
Imagine having thousands of apples on your head. You fucking
God.
idiot.
But it was like that one feather video, you know? Which is heavier?
Which is heavier?
A ton of feathers?
A ton of steel or a ton of feathers? Steel. Because steel is heavier than feathers.
I love that.
No,
Uh.
they both weigh a ton. I'm an adult virgin.
The voice crack.
Alright, I think that's a good way to end the podcast right there.
This is a weird podcast.
Oh, yeah, it was
We went
very-
all
Because
over
I'm
the
here.
place.
Yeah,
Maybe.
it was very good. It was quality though.
It was good.
Yeah.
Yay.
Good content.
If you enjoyed what we did, check our other stuff out at ijuservice.com. Again, that is ijusows.com.
Or send us an email at adviceteatime@gmail.com.
And
That's adviceteatime at gmail.com.
com.
and follow me at xxsonicfan69 on DeviantArt.com.
Dark.com.
.com.
Yeah, Julia was here. She has Instagram. Is that alright if I link that?
Yeah, that's good.
Alright.
She'll
She'll
probably
follow-
be back at some point.
Yeah.
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 We're going to the beach.
Yeah, we'll do like a here. I'll say out her Instagram
This is
tag.
really bothering me.
Oh yeah, you just like got a full thing
They
of grease
agree.
right there.
It's Julia Scholl art.
Yeah, juliashowart@gmail.com.
No.
Okay, here we go. I'm almost
Did
there.
you ever check our email? It
I
might be like
haven't.
completely full. You have no.
People want to sponsor you. Everybody wants to
Yeah.
sponsor you.
Oh yeah, 100%.
MeUndies. I can't think of any other.
Zulily.
Air mattress.
Pornhub.
Not.
Pornhub wants to
Mattress
sponsor
King.
us.
No. What is it? Casper mattresses. That's what it is.
Hmm?
I'm almost there. Hold up. Oh wait, I
You're
could probably search
dumb.
it. Follow at Julia Scholl Art. On
I said
on-
that already, dumbass.
I want to be sure that's what it
Wild.
is. All right,
It's
whatever.
her page.
That's true. Anyways,
It is true.
we do a Dungeons and Dragons podcast occasionally,
Which we're
Julia
gonna
might be on.
get back
Yes.
into soon.
Hopefully. But I feel like that's everything. Oh yeah,
That's everything.
email.
I already said that.
Yeah. Leave a
Alright.
review on iTunes.
Ouch.
Tell your friends. Do they like random tangents and weird?
Outro.
Play that funky music.
White
Future
boy.
white boy.
What was it we were saying earlier?
What was that?
Mr. Sam. It took me a while. Alright,
Wait.
now we're done.
No. We're gonna get to 60. We're gonna get to 60. Zach, stop. No. We're gonna get to 60. Just wait another. I'm gonna stop it at 60.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. You still have 25 more seconds.
All right. We'll just
35, excuse me. Well, now it's only 30.
Hey, do you have
Now.
anything funny to say, Julia?
I'm reading an article on Split Ends right now, and
I'm saving myself from marriage.
Mm-hmm.
no kissing or
'Cause
holding.
that's what I was
You're-
going to say earlier, because
Oh,
we're
yeah.
Christians.
Yeah.
Not even holding hands, sorry,
Yeah.
ladies.
Thank you so much for listening. If you stuck around this far,
Congrats. and why?
congratulations. Listen-
Maybe you'll be on the podcast one day.
Yeah.
Call us at 25.
1, 2,
256
4.
424 1846.
You live on one.
Now we-